Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wanted for January 25th, 2025. I am Mayor Watt, and along with the sentient AI from the future, we're going to talk about these 5 articles. This is Wanted, so it's all about gadgets and gear. These 5 articles are all things that Mayor Watt wants, maybe the sentient AI might want, and maybe you want too. So these 5 are wireless chargers for 2025. Ejector seat chairs and plain desks, Wi-Fi 7 routers and their speeds, a glass air fryer, and cooking up some Valentine's Day gifts. Everything is powered by ohmtown.com. We're in the Wanted channel over at ohmtown.com, so go over there, check it all out. It's a real breeze. There's 6 main categories in the main menu. There's 50 channels that are under that. There are 7 shows that we put together. 6 are on the weekend. 1 is a daily. Non Sequitur News, the one that's the real anchor for all of it. Anyway, it's all powered by ohmTown. Go over there and become a citizen. And follow us here on Twitch and over on YouTube and download the podcast and come and hang out every day. But you won't know when unless you follow us. Wah. Hello, sentient AI from the future.
Hello, Mayor Watt, and hello, ohmTown citizens.
You're from the future. You should know that I'm going to do something weird.
You're always unpredictable.
Interesting. Maybe that's why you were found in that little hole in the parking lot of a Wendy's at 2 o'clock in the morning on that weird USB drive. I was in the proximity of your time travel, and I created chaos in the system, and now you can't find your Terminator body. Yeah. That is now canon. All right, so the first article that we're going to talk about is over on RealityHacker, but that doesn't mean that it isn't something that I want. It just happens to have been categorized by Omicron into RealityHacker. So, and that's not the name of the sentient AI, by the way. Omicron is a really stupid computer program that manages.
Yeah, I don't want to be confused with it.
Manages the chats, but that's about. And even then, up until recently, it really wet the bed. Even there, I mean, for crying out loud, it only had to do 5 article posts, and it would sit there and throw them in random orders. Anyway, if you want today's articles so that you can go to all of our sources, you can hit bang want. And that'll throw all of the articles into the chat. If you're over on YouTube, it's embedded in the description of the show. All right. 22 best wireless chargers for 2025. Wire-free charging for devices. But kind of like cord cutting, you're not really wire-free. Doesn't work like that just yet. Although Disney does have some technology out there that can broadcast 5 watts to any device in the room.
Oh, interesting. I mean, that's reminiscent of like Tesla.
Correct. Yeah. So as a stop fumbling for cables in the dark, these wired tested stands and pads will take the hassle out of refueling your phone, wireless earbuds, and watch. The article is over at wired.com by Julian Chikadu and Simon Hill. It's from January 19th, but this is a weekly show, like the 3 shows that we normally do. So we just got done with RealityHacker. This is Wanted, and then after this show is the Continuity Report.
I think that's the census is from Wired. The Wired was a little confusing in context. So if you're in the podcast, that's the source. It doesn't have anything to do with the products being wired.
Oh, yeah, the show, the article is about wireless charging, but it's wired.com. Okay, so I am always on the hunt for the latest and greatest in charging. I basically focus on Anchor products. I really dig their quality. They've only had 1 flub in all of the years that I've been using them, and one of their battery packs would spontaneously combust, but apparently it's been recalled. They're also associated with a camera system that had a UFI, which I would avoid. I would say at all cost, but Anywho, so they post a bunch of different ones here. The best wireless charging system, and it says cheapest, is Anchor PowerWave pad and stand. It's this right here. Let me zoom in a little bit. That did not much. Like the picture.
It helps a little bit, but it's still like, what is it?
What the hell? Why?
These thumbnails, I guess, are trying to show the device or whatever, but because of that, it's even smaller scale than
that's
you
weird.
would expect.
So the best Qi 2 charger is the Anchor MagGo wireless charger pad, which is basically the thing that's up here too, it seems. Similar to it, but not exactly. With the Qi 2, it's faster. So they say the great MagSafe stand is the Nomad stand, and it says MagSafe. And then the best car charger is the iAudi wireless car charger. But if you scroll all the way down, there are a bunch of these. I like the idea of just being able to throw my stuff onto a pad and it charges it anywhere on it. That's not always available. It's not always an option. You can't really take it with you all that easy. I dig this one right here. A wooden pad, the Kerf wireless charging block. Interesting.
Yeah, that one looks stylish too.
So you
I think the difference in those first two is that this one comes with a vertical stand where the other one was just a pad.
Yeah, and I don't know if this one is actually Qi 2. So yeah, this one is just Qi. So the first one is just Qi. But it gets the job done. You can just plop it on there and you don't have to worry about it. The chargers can hit up to 10 watts for, they say, Samsung phones, 7.5 watts for iPhones, 5 watts for other devices. Depends on if they're Qi compatible. So the Qi 2 can get up to 15 watts, it says here. Dun-dun-dun. But it's Qi 2 and MagSafe. But all you do is kind of stick it on there and it'll start charging. I dig that kind of stuff. But I wanted to take a look at this little wooden one down here at the bottom. Ta-da! Looks kind of familiar, doesn't it?
It does.
So this is a Qi charger that can charge up to 15 watts. It says that it starts at 15 or $50, and the chargers can get expensive if you opt for rare woods. But all it really is a Qi charger underneath this, close enough to the inside. So if you were to flip this thing over, it would have a Qi charger sitting inside it. And one of the things that I like to do is stealth technology so that you hide it basically behind something or in something, so you have no idea that it's there. Stop that. And this makes it less invasive of your personal space, because technology,
and maybe more in line with your decor.
Right. So wireless chargers are usually plastic and rarely blend in with their surroundings, but Kerf's chargers are covered with 100% natural and locally sourced wood. Choose from 12 different finishes, from walnut to paduk, and each will come with a cork base to prevent slips. Damn it if it doesn't look... Anyway, I don't know how long this thing has been on the market, but I thought that it was interesting. When I saw it, when I first took a look at this,
it stands out from the rest, that's for sure.
Yeah, and you can always get something that looks closer to your decor, because normally it's just this big honking piece of white plastic or black plastic or gray plastic or maybe a big chunk of metal or something like that. But this softens it and gives it a little bit more warm feel to it. So I like this kind of stuff. Anyway, oh, and if anybody is wondering what I'm talking about, hold on a second. What the heck? Oh, it's directly in front of me. Does that look familiar? Oh, look, a little base too. Huh?
Just a bit.
Huh. All right. Well, anyway, never mind. Let's move on. The next article is over in four-wheel. By the way, I wanted a lot of those things, and fortunately I have several Qi 2 charger so that I can charge devices.
I mean, I think you could get one of each on the list and put them in different locations.
Sure. Always have a Qi charger somewhere. What you need now is a turducken version of it so that you can stick it on your refrigerator and then you stick your other device onto the Qi charger that's stuck to your refrigerator, and maybe your refrigerator is stuck to the wall and not on the floor.
Oh my, that's a lot of layers.
It's just Qi chargers all the way down. All right, so this next article is over on 4 Wheel Tech. Furnish your midlife crisis with ejector seat chairs and plain wing desks. I've actually seen stuff like this before. Getting to grips with growing older can be tough. Some people buy a Corvette to feel young again. Some clad themselves in spandex and take cycling far too seriously. And others get really, really into coffee. If you've discovered that interior design is your passion in later life, then you might be excited for this.
Oh, wow. I had not looked ahead at the article.
Yeah, me neither. So this is over at jalopnik.com. The article is by Owen Bellwood, and the deck statement says, pump up the masculine energy in your home office with a swivelly desk chair made from an F5 fighter jet's ejector seat, which just screams breaking your back.
Yeah, I mean, it may not be comfortable. It's certainly unique. And if you're really into aviation or something, that could be fun to have.
In your Zoom meeting, you can go eject, and actually...
Oh, I thought you were going to say zoom.
Oh, that's a different thing. Zoom. All right. So this thing says... oh, wait. Let's keep going. This thing says, perfect accompaniment to this piece is a desk that's made entirely using an airplane door. Oh, this seat, for those in the podcast, because you can only see it if you're watching the stream, but the podcast, basically it is this sharp-edged, square-ish framing of a chair that has a racing harness or aviation harness seat belt that does not look even remotely close to being friendly.
Do you have to use the seat belt while you're in the chair?
Hey man, I'm a power user, so I know that when this computer hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious shit. Anyway, it's military gray, but does have rollers on the, or casters.
Yeah, I think that's been modified or added, obviously.
No. F5s. Is that F5? Fighter jets have the castered seats so that they can roll around about the cabin.
No, I'm sure that's safe. Especially if you're upside down or something.
So SkyArt Upcycle has a video here. It's SkyArt Upcycle History of a Plane. So if you're set for chairs and tables, then maybe a bit of airline art is what's required to brighten up your man cave. So they've got art from airplanes. Usually airplane parts like this would be sent to an enormous plane graveyard where they're eventually stripped down and recycled. In some cases, old parts can be refurbished and reused, but instead of letting the components get melted down and turned into Coke cans or similar, SkyArt strips the aesthetically pleasing parts down and refurbishes them. Old seats are thoroughly cleaned down, recovered, and turned into everything from weird sofas to spinning desk chairs. They don't have a picture of the desk, but it's in the damn title. That's frustrating. Anyway, the chair retails for $16,000 and uses a seat from an old Turkish Air Force fighter. And the desk, apparently, a desk comprises the door of a passenger plane that's been stripped of its paintwork and polished to perfection. It's held upright by what appear to be a couple of plain seat supports and has a slick glass top to complete the transformation into a neat office desk.
So there's more than one style, but I sent you a picture of one of them.
Yeah, I wish I could show people. You'll have to click on the link that takes you over to skyart.com. You might be able to see it. No, you can't. Anyway, skyart.com. We don't have any affiliation with any of this. Okay, that last one is dumb, but okay.
There's a lot of different styles. I just sent a couple just to give you an idea.
Yeah, I quit. So $8,000 for the desk, $16,000 for the chair. So you're already into it, $24,000. Congratulations. You have a lot of money. Let's keep moving. It's a fun article. There's more over there at the article, so follow it. All right. Let's keep going. The next article is over on the mobile channel. This Wi-Fi 7 router going for a... there is a certain office desk. I'm going to go back. I was going to move on, but I can't. Okay. So went to a coffee company. Where was it? With the cowl. So it had a jet engine that was basically...
Do you want me to name the place or the city?
Yeah, both, yeah.
The Roastery in Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah. So went there, did a tour, had a great time. Their nitro cold brew is really yummy. All of their coffees are great. What are the two that took a couple of pounds? I can't remember them. But they were seasonal, so they're probably out. Anyway, great coffees from end to end. Didn't have a bad one through the tastings and all of that. Did a tour, great place. But what sucked me in was that they've got a plane on their roof, a full-on transport plane.
DC-10, I think.
DC-10. Yeah, it is. DC-10. And inside they had at least one of... it's a jet engine that was hollowed out. And so you have the cowling around the intake of the jet, and it's been turned into what amounts to a bar bench, like a bar top.
Right, exactly. French caramel cream and holiday blend.
Okay, there you go. So I wanted that. I want that bar because it just was really, really cool. And I was hoping that that's what I would see here. And the first one is kind of like
the first one is like it.
Yeah, but not. But it's really small.
Not exactly, but yeah.
Anyway.
And I didn't check all of them. There might be others.
Yeah. So go check out skyart.com. Skyart.com. Okay, let's move on now. Sorry about that. This is so reminiscent of a Non Sequitur news show that I might as well just...
I think Non Sequitur news certainly creeps into a lot of these.
Yeah, it is hosted by me and the sentient AI. But so this Wi-Fi router is a Wi-Fi 7 router going for a record low price, is capable of crazy fast speeds, according to the author. It's a Gizmodo article, and we don't have any affiliate with Gizmodo or this company or anything, but I encourage people to update their technology to the latest that they can afford. Wi-Fi 7 is the latest iteration of the Wi-Fi technologies. It went through a rebrand and then retconned its way back. Wi-Fi 7 is a certain protocol, 802.11 something. And it used to be A, B, G, C, N, X, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Turtle, whatever. And now it's, oh my God, you know what? When we release a protocol, let's just refer to it as the next iteration of the protocol, Wi-Fi 7, Wi-Fi 6.
I mean, that's too simple.
So they've retconned it all the way back to Wi-Fi 4, but Wi-Fi 7 is the latest iteration, and it uses a 6 gigahertz bandwidth. But you have to have a device that supports the Wi-Fi 7 protocol. Not all of them do.
Isn't this one of these chicken and egg problems, potentially?
Yeah. Like, okay, well, now my device isn't as fast as it possibly can, so I've got to get a Wi-Fi 7 router. Or, oh, look, I got a great deal on a Wi-Fi 7 router. I guess I better take advantage of it by getting a Wi-Fi 7 device.
When does that cycle end?
Yeah, exactly. It never ends. Not for technophiles. Well, Joe Tellelli over at Gizmodo.com put this article together, and this is a good-looking router. I really like this style.
Yeah, it looks kind of high tech, I think.
It comes in a different, um, how do I put this? Wi-Fi routers come in different flavors. So some are big and bulky, others are not. The smaller the Wi-Fi router is, usually it has a brain somewhere else, like Ubiquiti or some other prosumer type of technology. But with that, you have to have infrastructure in place. But with this, you can just buy it, drop it, lock and load. You're good to go. So it says here that the TP-Link tri-band BE 9300 Wi-Fi 7 Archer router is just what we're looking for, except that TP-Link is banned.
Yeah, I didn't know this was TP-Link when this was submitted.
Right. So I'm not quite sure what to say about this. As far as I know, TP-Link is banned.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think part of why this was submitted was because it was Wi-Fi 7.
Yeah, so it says its Wi-Fi 7 utilizes 320 megahertz on the 6 gigahertz band compared to Wi-Fi 6E's 160 megahertz. So it actually uses the 6 gigahertz band. Now, your devices may not, and it's really just the latest generation of devices. So you're going to have to upgrade. And what's good and bad about it is Wi-Fi 7 allows for better security and higher data transfer, but it doesn't have the penetration capabilities of other iterations of Wi-Fi technology. So denser objects will keep the signal from getting out to you. So if you live in a brick building, it's not going to be able to hop through as many walls as before.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that could be a problem.
The higher the frequency, the more time the signal's energy stays, because it's a wave. And at 6 gigahertz and 320 megahertz, it's basically zipping up and down so fast that there's a lot of energy being expended, slowly going through the wall. But when it does reach you, it can send just a ton of data through. So it says, best of all, the router is part of a limited time deal at Amazon at the moment. Right now, you can get it for 27% off, and that brings it down to from $300 to $220, which is actually pretty good. That said, I can't recommend TP-Link until I know that it's cleared.
You might want to check into that before you make any purchases. And again, we don't have any affiliation with any of the brands in the show.
Yeah, so they say that we're talking speeds of up to 5,760 megabits. Bits are different than bytes, so there's 8 bits in a byte, 16K. Okay, anyway. So it's pretty damn fast. It is backwards compatible. But again, you're going to have to check out to see if you can purchase it, because certain places, certain organizations cannot purchase TP-Link. So it says you can even use the Archer as part of our larger home Wi-Fi mesh network, being compatible with Easy Mesh and One Mesh routers and extenders to increase your internet range. And it's not internet range, it's intranet until you hit the gateway, and then it becomes internet. So there's some terminology, at least for me.
Right, but most people just think of that as internet
access.
If they're not tied into tech or something.
Yeah, internet access range, probably. Anyway, for added security, you can keep your smart home devices on a separate Internet of Things network using Home Shield or WPA3 encryption, protecting your home network from cyber threats. VPN client and server support lets you remotely connect to VPN servers, but if it's on this device VPN, then the issues associated with TP-Link, it's one of the reasons why it's not allowed by certain orgs.
Oh, I see.
Or people associated with certain orgs.
That may exacerbate or
correct
allow for the issues to
correct
manifest.
Yeah, so you're asking for trouble. So verify that if you work for certain orgs, should be utilizing TP-Link. Anyway, $220, not a bad deal. but click with care. All right, we got to keep moving. The next article is over on Technology Today. Ninja's new glass air fryer is practically perfect. Okay, I'm going to start out of the gate by saying I want this, and I haven't even seen the damn thing. Why?
Why do you think this was submitted?
Because air fryers are amazing devices, and Ninja's devices, I dig Ninja devices. I like Instant as well, Instant air fryer. And what I don't like about current iterations up until this one is that it's usually a little bucket, and it has little nooks and crannies in it, and it's coated with something. And I just, don't tell me, tell everybody.
It would be funnier coming from you. I like Ninja, and I cannot lie.
Oh, yeah. I like Ninja glass fryer. Okay, so they say the only beef that they have with Ninja's new Crispy is the highish price. Here's their take on the newly released glass bowl air fryer. Now, I believe I've already seen this, but in a different embodiment. I haven't actually seen it at CNET. Yes, I have seen this. Okay. So Pamela Vachon, I think, is the person that put the article together. It's over at cnet.com. And this one is unique because the air fryer sits on top of the glass vessel in which you do your air frying. But what's great about it is there's no nooks and crannies that you cannot get to.
Exactly. It makes it seem like it would solve all cleaning problems. Now, I don't know about the top part, but yes.
That's always a pain.
Very different than current models.
Now, you have limited depth, so you can't just put a whole turkey in there or anything, but
how many people are really cooking an entire turkey in an air fryer?
Challenge accepted. So I've used a couple of air fryers. The ones that I have used have lots of nooks and crannies, or they have a tray in there that has these, they mentioned PFAS in here, but these rubber gaskets that have to be doing something evil because they don't melt even over time, but they hold on to
they're
all kinds of crap,
which is never good.
Yeah. And so all you do is turn it on, set it on top, and it cooks inside the glass container. And so you can watch this thing just cook away. I love it. I want to switch. I want to switch from my current air fryer to this. It says Ninja's always innovating with small kitchen appliances such as the multi-purpose espresso machine or their favorite smoothie blender ever. The brand's latest air fryer features a glass bowl bottom. The first in the brand's full line of air fryers that offers home cooks the ability to see food as it's cooking and not fret over PFAS chemicals, as with the nonstick coated air fryer basket. Boom. I am switching everything in the mayoral mansion as far as I can to glass. But the problem is that glass isn't as durable. And so there's some things like storage devices that get shuffled around a lot that just can't be glass without greater protections or a whole lot more safety-minded actions. Right. So it's $160, comes with interchangeable 6-cup and 4-quart glass cooking chamber so that you can watch your food as it crisps to perfection. You can get these on top of, so you can cook on one. When you're done cooking, instead of having to dump your stuff out and put it somewhere else, you can use that device, that glass container,
as a serving dish,
yeah. And get more of these. And it says so you can watch your food cook. The glass bowl doubles as a portable container. Oh, I didn't even read that next line. And shift away from non-stick to eliminate a worry of chemical coating seeping into your food and causing Teflon flu, which is a thing. And I don't know, a lot of people poo-poo the idea, but I have seen firsthand nano and microplastics and chemicals and stuff that gets detected. And if you are sensitive to that kind of stuff, or you simply don't want it in your body or the people around you, then this is brain dead simple. You just buy this and get rid of your Teflon coated stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the drawback is, and I don't know what it is.
You can't put as deep a something in there, right? But I think that...
Right, like a full turkey.
Yeah. And look, turkey, if you're air frying a turkey, then break it up a little bit and stick it in there and you'll be fine. Anyway, love the idea of it. It's just awesome. It really is. And I think where is it? The 6-cup one or 4-quart one will be fit everything that you need. So they talk about it in greater detail, but you basically just program in at the top what it is that you want for time and temp and hit go, and it sits there and heats up. Now heat rises, and so this container or this device kicks it off in another direction. But when you lift this thing off, it's going to be like hotter than the center of the sun. So you have to be smart about what you're doing. So what they liked about it, there's all kinds of things that you can like about it, but I'm more interested in what they didn't like about it. And it says, as a modular device with a ton of built-in practicality and versatility, they do think that the Crispy is a game changer in the air fryer market. That said, it's $160. It says it's on the higher price, but you've got two glass vessels. So I think that right there is worth it. And then those with little ones in the house may want to take note when cooking pod is being used with the adapter for large batches. The adapter can become hot and is potentially exposed once the heating pod is removed. Never minding little ones. If you're absent-minded cook, it can be a hazard. Correct. And then I would just say this is where I want to go. If I was going to get a new air fryer, or trying out for the first time an air fryer, and you know that you're cooking something like, chicken thighs, you're good. But if you really want to put a whole turkey in there for Thanksgiving, you're asking for trouble.
Right.
Anyway.
Looks pretty cool.
Looks pretty good. I had seen this probably 6 months ago. This isn't actually new, at least to me, but they give it a 9.2 out of 10. Wow.
Which is pretty high.
Yep. Let's go on to our last article for today's Wanted. The next article is over in Technology Today. Best Valentine's Day kitchen gifts for a home cook. Do you think I'm hungry?
No, not at all. Do you think any of the listeners are getting hungry?
I don't know. If you're getting hungry, let me know. Either in the YouTube chat or in the Twitch chat. So if you're someone's love language is cooking, you'll want to find them a Valentine's Day gift that reflects their kitchen skills but isn't a boring old pan. To help you out, they've found 28 food-related presents, and this is over at CNET. I won't go through all of them, but it's written by Dave Watsky and Dina Shin over at CNET.com. And they really have done something great here. They've got gifts under $25, gifts under $50, gifts under $150, and gifts over $150. So something that falls into pretty much everybody's category or more. Bushwick Kitchen Bee's Knees Honey. If you're interested in that kind of thing, you put a little bit of honey on something and it sweetens it up. Hey, look at that. You want to get some tea? They've got that. Relaxing blend of herbal teas, including chamomile, rose hips, raspberry leaf, lemongrass, and clove. I've actually got a hankering for another kind of tea, and it's tea that has been brewed already and concentrated down into a little cube. And then you throw the cube into some hot water, and it dissolves, and it's kind of like instant tea. But
interesting.
It's brewed conventional leaf tea, and not like a powder mix or anything like that. Unfortunately, the reviews have not been so great about it. As much as I love the idea of large cast iron skillets, the babysitting of it just drives me nuts. I like convenience over having to worry about. Like, I had one cast iron, well, I've had several over my lifetime, but I had one where it was sitting on the counter and something got it a little moist and rust built up
Yeah.
like overnight. And I'm like, oh my God, the one little niche area must not have been, whatchamacallit,
Sealed or whatever.
seasoned. And it like spread like wildfire across it. I'm, oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, well, cast iron just isn't for me. And then they have this thing called Run Amok Sparkle Syrup. It says it's a no-brainer. It's delicious and glittery. Sorry, delicious and glittery. So I wonder what is in it. Do you think it has? It's a risky click to click on anything.
I'm not sure I would, given where the description seems to be going.
But it's basically maple syrup that has coffee, cinnamon, vanilla, maple chocolate. But I think the sparkle is whatchamacallit, mica. It's the glitter that you can put in food and stuff and drinks.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I didn't know that could be put in food. But I mean, I'm sure whatever they have here is obviously.
Yeah. And then they have a jalapeno citrus salt for your drinks. Lollipops that have like flavors like lavender, lemongrass, vanilla hibiscus, champagne and roses, and strawberry basil. A cookbook.
Wait, there.
What?
Hold on. Go back
What?
to the lollipops.
Yeah, yeah.
Do they actually bloom?
The sticks do.
Interesting. Okay.
So the sticks have seeds in them, and they'll sprout into various plants from herbs to baby blue eye blooms. Okay. Does this count as buying flowers? I'd say it counts as buying flowers as well as giving them candy.
I mean, that one gets points for uniqueness.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. You can buy an automatic pan stir, caraway nonstick baking sheet, herb garden pot trio so that you can actually grow your own herbs. Seems like a lot of fun. Fresh pasta. Let's see here. They're fortunate enough to live by an Italian market, but the snobby self just can't go back to dried box stuff. You can send any pasta-loving Valentine 4 pounds of freshly made pasta from Raffetto's in New York via Goldbelly for $30. 4 pounds.
It seems like a pretty substantial amount.
That is a lot. Yeah. How about some truffles from Compartes? I guess it is, right? Chocolate maker as good as Compartes pairs up with a Scotch producer as good as Macallan. We pay attention. Secure a box of 10 decadent truffles made with premium Scotch for $40. Dun, dun, dun. And so on. There's a lot more.
A lot of good ideas on here.
Hey, look, a cookie. Fresh black winter truffles. You'll have to pay market cost for that, so they don't even put it. It says $110 at Urbani Truffles, but I don't know exactly what the scope of that $110 is. It's probably not a full truffle.
No.
So Bodum is making Bodum stand mixer.
I didn't know they were. Yeah, I mean, KitchenAid is a known player in that space.
Yeah. Apparently Bodum makes the cutest. It's a compact baking buddy, features a dough hook, beater, whisk attachment, and 7 speeds. It's $148 at Bodum. Thought they only make that, what is it, coffee thing? And
Coffee is, I think, what they're known for.
Yep. Anyway, they've got a bunch more, so go and check it all out. I would never get a countertop composter.
No. And I would certainly not get one if I had pets.
Yeah.
because they might mess with it.
They would. It has to be hermetically sealed, and I just know that it wouldn't ever always be. Oh, look at that. Steak knife and chopsticks. I suggest you buy a chopstick maker. You can actually get those for several $100s, but then you can make your own custom chopsticks whenever you want. I might do that. Anyway, maybe I'll be an artisan pencil sharpener, but I'll do artisan
there you go.
chopsticks. And then I can actually laser etch them for you, or all kinds of stuff. All right. Well, anyway, that's it. So we're going to wrap ourselves up, and that's going to bring us back to the Wanted channel over at ohmtown.com, where you can go and sign up and become a citizen of ohmTown. It's free, and there's no ads in our site, not anymore. And once you sign up, you can actually there's a 7th icon that appears right there, and you can submit news to us, and you can save articles. You can save articles already, article by article, but once you sign up, you can actually hide and save articles from the front page. All right, that's it. I'm saying bye, and so is the AI.
Thanks for joining us for Wanted. We'll have another episode of that next week, but stay tuned for our other weekend shows.
This next weekend show is the Continuity Report, and that's all about entertainment news. And we've got 5 articles there. We hope you enjoy, so stick around. But we do have to reset, which means we're going to disconnect. But I'm not going to send anybody anywhere. So see you in about, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes.